Hi, this is Ben Tyson with Bay Chico. This is a Renaissance lute, the first instrument I made many years ago. It has 15 strings, a single string for the treble. The other strings are tuned in unison or in octaves. And there are several distinctive things about the lute. The interesting angle on the sound head, the fact that it uses tuning pegs instead of tuning machines like a guitar. Then the back is formed by bending an edge gluing wood. And then the decorative sound hole called a rose. And this is how the Renaissance lute sounds. In the progression of musical instruments after the lute, I thought, gee, it would be awfully nice to be able to play lute music on the guitar. And certainly a lot of people do that on the classical guitar. But there's one big problem that they have to overcome, is that a guitar doesn't have the same bass strings that a lute does, so they're a little bit limited. Some people solve that by playing an 8-string guitar, and I wanted to do something similar, but I enjoy the shape of a lute, so I thought it would be fun to make a guitar-lute hybrid instrument that I affectionately called a glute, to be able to do that. So that's what I have here. It's an 8-string guitar essentially, but it keeps some of the features of the lute. Obviously the shape of it, the pear-shaped back, the rose for the soundboard. But one big difference is the two biggest differences are, first of all, that it uses single strings instead of pairs or octaves, and it uses classical guitar style tuning machines, so it's a lot easier to keep in tune. So right now I've got it tuned like a lute, but with the longer string length it's going to sound a lower pitch than the lute did. But if we play that same song I did earlier with the glute, it sounds like this. So there's that first chord, a little bit different sound. You notice that last chord, I picked up a low D in the bass, which is lower than the classical guitar goes. And so if I want to play regular guitar music on the glute, I just have to change the tuning of one of the strings. The third string is tuned back up to a G. Okay, so now we've got guitar tuning, so if you play guitar you recognize the D chord. And notice now, you couldn't do this on a guitar. You can pick up that low bass string in the D chord, or if you play a C chord, you can pick up the low C in the bass there. So it gives it a nice, deep, rich sound that's not available on the guitar, 6-string classical guitar. So that's the glute.